What is up? What is up? What is up? What is up? You already know who it is. It is your favorite demon, misunderstood demon, back with another podcast episode of the Demonic Wave podcast. And in this episode, I am going to be talking about the Kendrick Lamar and Drake beef, and just how I feel about the diss tracks and what happened and everything. And I'm just going to say this off right, like a disclaimer. In all honesty, it was good, but we all know who won. I mean, both literally and figuratively. But I'm just going to talk about, in kind of small little segments and everything, not necessarily like dissecting the tracks or anything like that. Just talk about like my overall feeling for them and everything, and, just getting into it. So, without further ado, let's do it. Okay, so before I actually get into the Kendrick and Drake beef, I'm actually going to talk about the third person that was in this that didn't really do anything, which was J. Cole, aka the third person of the big three. And I just want to talk quickly about that and everything, like as like a quick little segment, and just talk about, his contribution to the little beef that happened that was kind of insignificant, which was, in all honesty, and I think a lot after seeing what has happened and all of the tracks and all the dirt that's been, shown between, Kendrick and Drake, J. Cole was the smartest man. We can all agree on this. J. Cole was the smartest motherfucker out of these three people, out of all of them. He was the smartest motherfucker. Okay? He opted out and said, I'm just gonna be chilling in the back watching this shit unfold. I'm Gucci. He was the smartest man in this whole fucking beef. That is fucking fact. He is the smartest man. All right. Should he have dropped 7-Minute Drill? Fuck no. That was trash. I am a J. Cole fan. I enjoy J. Cole's music. But when he made 7-Minute Drill, I was just like, you could have just left this like unrecorded. You could have just not made it. You could have just not made it. You know what I'm saying? And then the explanation that we get from why it's called 7-Minute Drill and what it is, I was just like, yeah, you should have done a couple more minutes, and it would have been a little bit better. Then we got, and literally the whole entire, I will say like this, the J. Cole saga for this beef goes like this. He drops a surprise album, which is Might Delete Later, which he should have deleted later, but I'm not going to get into that. But he drops Might Delete Later that has the track on it, that has 7-Minute Drill. 2 days later, I think it's the Dreamville Festival, I want to say. I could be wrong, but I think it's that. He then apologizes and is like, I was in a bad headspace. Me and my homies, they were egging me on and everything. First off, what I'm going to say is this. You are a big famous fucking music artist. People call you are amongst the big three in hip hop music. Who the fuck is like pressuring you to do anything? I'm gonna be honest. Who is pressuring you to do abso-fucking-lutely anything? Because nobody is pressuring you, all right? If someone's pressuring you, tell them to fuck off. That's big facts. Tell them to fuck off, okay? Because there's no point in it. There's no point in it. You see how much money you make. You see that you're living pretty lavish. You're living pretty good. You got your homies with you and they're really supporting you. You got your whole clique, your camp and everything. You're telling me some of y'all homies are like, yo, you should respond, blah, 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 and everything like that. Just be like, I'm doing me. Fuck that shit. Just do that. You didn't have to respond. And then maybe, I think like a week later, just about, we get the deluxe version of We Still Don't Trust You by Metro and Future. And guess who's on that bitch? J. Cole. So J. Cole really just did, you know what? Let me join in this beef. This shit ain't hitting. Let me apologize and retract it. All right, now I'm on Metro and Future. And then, I don't know if it was the same day, like a couple hours later, or maybe the next day, he then deletes 7-Minute Drill from all platforms. So if you go on the album, Might Delete Later, it's not even there anymore. You cannot listen to it. So then it's just like, you just retracted everything. And it's like, you shouldn't have done it in the first place. But what I will say is, as the beef progressed, J. Cole was the smartest motherfucker in this bitch. He opted out mad fucking early. And that was the smartest thing that he could have fucking done. That is the smartest thing he could have done. And we all applaud you, J. Cole. All right, Jermaine Cole. We applaud you. Okay? Yes, we all agree. And you probably agree as well. You should not have made 7 Minute Drill. That's just facts. That's just truth. But in all honesty, you took the smarter route and you said, you know what? Both of them are still, they both are still my homies. I don't want no bad blood. To a certain degree. You kind of got a little bit of blood, but I don't want no bad blood. I still want them in my life as my homies, my friends, and all that shit, as my colleagues, my rivals, and all that shit. I'm cool with opting out and saying I fucked up. So let me just steer clear of that shit, basically. I respect that. With all honesty, I fucking respect that. Okay? Now that we got this little segment out of the way, I am now going to get into the Drake and Kendrick beef and talking about the tracks and what I felt and everything. So, yeah. But again, J. Cole, smart man. Smart man indeed. Okay, so I just talked about, a little bit about J. Cole and everything. So I kind of want to make one more segment about the other people beforehand, because I feel like with J. Cole, I had to do like its own little segment just because of everything that happened and, that J. Cole did. I feel like it was more significant. But this next segment is going to be slightly a little bit shorter, but I'm just going to be talking about every single person that has also joined in this feud. So first and foremost, I'm going to talk about it, is Kanye West. Now, why the fuck did he join in? Here's the reason. There was no fucking reason. It's Kanye fucking West. He's going to make anything music related about his fucking himself, okay? He did not need to make the, what the fuck was it, the Like That remix? Because he was just like, yeah, don't worry, Kendrick, I'm gonna help you out. No! Why? Literally, no one asked for this. No one asked for it. Name me one person that was like, you know what? You know who should be in this Drake versus Kendrick feud? Kanye fucking West. Who the fuck was asking for this? I'll tell you. Absolutely nobody. Why? Because there was no fucking reason for it. Besides Kanye, everyone else, it kind of made sense why they jumped in and did what they did. So, of course, you had Future in some of the songs from We Don't Trust You. He was like, you're a number one fan, dog, all that shit. Those were a couple of shots at him. We had The Weeknd with some of his lines, and I don't remember the song. I didn't listen to the album. Fuck off. I'm only going off of what I remember and the lines themselves, which I don't remember the lines because I don't care, but shut up. But I know The Weeknd, he threw shots at Drake. We had A$AP Rocky, and he was talking about the album. And I think he was also talking about smashing Rihanna and shit. But, A$AP Rocky, he threw shots. I said Future. We had Rick Ross. And let me tell you this. Honestly, I respect Rick Ross. It wasn't the greatest thing, but I respect him. Literally, Drake, I'm not going to talk about push-ups too much, just because I want to talk about it in a more kind of deeper sense. But in this little segment, when Drake released push-ups, or he leaked it, I'm gonna get into that a little bit later. When Drake leaked push-ups, literally, no joke, literally maybe like what did people say, like 15 minutes? I'm gonna say 30, just because I think that makes more sense. We'll say 30 minutes later, we get Champagne Memories by Rick Ross. And it's not like, it's like a leak or anything like that. Officially made Champagne fucking Memories. It's in Rick Ross's discography. He called Drake white boy a lot. I don't fucking understand why, but he called Drake white boy a shit ton. Talking about BBL and all that shit. And let me tell you, and that his nose got done and everything like that. Let me tell you, maybe it's not the best thing. It's not like lyrically the best thing out. Holy shit, though. Rick Ross said, I'm coming correct. I'm doing this shit quick. Respect to that man. All right. Was it the best diss track? Fuck no. But motherfucker said, I'm coming in timely with this shit. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect that at least. You have to. Because it's just like, damn, you didn't even have to say anything. But bro, 30 minutes about since the leak? That same day? God damn. That's respect. And then of course you had can't say his name. Metro Boomin, Jesus fucking Christ. And he had, I don't know if this is the very first one in history of a beat diss track, but I'm pretty sure it's like one of the biggest ones. We had BBL Drizzy. Now let me tell you something. The beat's fire. I'm not gonna joke. I'm not gonna try and be, transparent or anything. The beat's fucking fire. Okay? And I think it was a tweet that Metro put out about it. And he was just like, anyone who can make the best diss track on it, they get the beat for free. And I'm just like, oh, that's good. That's dope as fuck. Because now because no joke, now you're just going to be getting out of the woodworks a shit ton of fucking remix. A shit ton of people just putting their voice on this. That shit's going to be fire. I don't know if anyone claimed it yet as of today. I don't know. A lot of crazy shit's been happening. But overall, everyone has been throwing shots at Drake, which is why Drake said it's like a 20v1 and all that, which is not, let's say, Weeknd, Future, Metro, ASAP, Rick. It's about like a Kendrick. Looking at about a 60v1, relatively. It's not bad. And it's a big exaggeration from 20. But overall, everyone, and you had Kanye, but I'm not including Kanye because Kanye was not important in this to fucking begin with. So overall, everyone really came through and did some crazy shit. Whether it was just a couple of lines, a whole entire diss track, a beat diss track, an unnecessary diss track. Overall, it was some crazy shit, man. And I salute them. Not Kanye. I don't salute Kanye. Fuck that man. That man is crazy. He needs to get back on his meds. He is a sick man, and we should not be glorifying him. We should really, help him in some way, shape, or form. But anyways, salute to everyone besides Kanye again. Salute to everyone. They really, whether it was a beat, diss track, a couple of lines, they really were, coming for his neck, coming for Drake's neck. So respect to that. Respect to that shit, man. Now on to the beef. Okay, now that I got those two segments talking about J. Cole and everyone else that was part of this shit and everything, now let's get into the nitty gritty, the meat, the motherfucking beef patty of this podcast episode, which is Drake versus Kendrick Lamar. I'm mostly just going to be talking about each song. I'm not going to be going in truly in depth about it. I'm just going to talk about what the disses were and how I felt they were and everything. And the first thing I am going to say is I have listened to almost everything. The only ones that I will not be talking about will be Tailor Made and 616 in LA. And of course, if you don't know, Tailor Made is the one that Drake made after Push Ups, and then 616 in LA is the one that Kendrick made after Euphoria. The reason I did not listen to those is because I felt like they weren't as necessary as the other heavy hitter contenders, as that Push Ups, Euphoria, Not Like Us, Meet the Grand, Family Matters. I feel like they were not, and the Heart Pt.6. I will get into that ever so slightly, but I won't necessarily talk about those two songs as much, just because I felt like they were kind of like small little interludes that they could have not made them. And this is someone that's coming from I'm a huge Kendrick Lamar fan, and I'm just like, Kendrick, you didn't have to make it. Because he dropped Euphoria, and I was just like, we're being fed, we're good. But then he dropped 616 in LA, and I was just like, I'm stuffed, I'm good. All right, wait, damn it. God damn it, I don't need this. What, these greens? I don't fucking eat greens. That's how I feel. Also, Taylor Made, I will talk about it because, like I said, even though I haven't listened to them in full, I know bits and pieces. Taylor Made did not have to be made. Why the fuck did Drake make a Tupac AI voice? And secondly, he made a Snoop Dogg AI voice. Snoop Dogg is alive. And we all know Snoop Dogg would never say, I know some of the lines. Snoop Dogg would never say any of those lines towards fucking Kendrick Lamar. All right? Snoop Dogg respects Kendrick. All right? I feel like everyone respects fucking Snoop Dogg. Snoop Dogg is the uncle of hip-hop music, man. Everyone calls him Unc. He is everyone's uncle. That is fucking big facts. It's just facts. He literally, Snoop Dogg is everybody's uncle in the hip-hop game. No matter who you are as an artist, you are now the nephew of Snoop Dogg. This is facts. You are now the nephew of Snoop Dogg. That's just facts. But, getting into the feud and everything, I definitely want to talk about the very first thing that has lit up this feud that everyone talked about, and it is the track Like That off of Metro Boomin and Future's collab album, which is We Don't Trust You, and of course it has featured that of Kendrick Lamar, K. Kung Fu Kenny, whatever nickname you want to put for him, with Kendrick Lamar saying such lines as "fuck the big three, it's just big me," bum, a lot of times, for all your dogs getting buried, that's the pet cemetery and everything, the first person shooter line and everything. Kendrick really was, coming for the neck. And it made me think about the Control verse that he had for way back when it was, I believe that was released 2013, 2014, I believe, when it was Big Sean, Kendrick, and Jay Electronica, where people were just like, Big Sean was okay, he got washed by Kendrick, and nobody necessarily remembered Jay Electronica's verse. Which, to be fair, I don't think anyone remembers Jay Electronica's verse. Even though I think Jay Electronica himself was just like, yeah, I didn't get washed. Nobody remembered that you were actually on the song. I'm going to be honest. I know I didn't remember until I looked it up. And I was just like, oh shit, that's right. It was 3 artists. That didn't matter. But it made me think about the Control verse and how big of an impact that one verse had on the entirety of hip hop itself. Because when that happened, you had people, like J. Cole and Drake, and then you have other people like Big Sean, Wale, Meek Mill, and other people that he mentioned, Tyler the Creator and shit. They were all like throwing disses at Kendrick. They were all saying some crazy shit, but we got good shit from it. Good shit. Not to mention, within that era, those couple of years, we got, because I want to talk about the big three, just because, it was mostly, about them. Fuck the big three, it's big me. Within that time, we got, in my opinion, I think Drake's best shit out, which is I believe Take Care came out like a year or two later. But then we got what I feel is his best album, which is Nothing Was the Same. I fucking love that album. Okay? I love that shit. It was great. But not only that, we got J. Cole. I believe it was the 2014 Forest Hill Drive. I pray I'm saying that correctly. But I think we got that. KOD was later. But I think we got another one. But I mean, we got some great stuff from J. Cole. And then from Kendrick, of course, I think the year prior was Good Kid, Mad City. And I think after that, I think it was like 2015, we got fucking T-Pop. We got To Pimp a Butterfly, which in my opinion, I think that is the best the best hip hop album by Kendrick, and in my opinion, the best hip hop album like of all time. My opinion. I will say that 20 times and people will still not remember that it's my opinion. But whatever. But yeah, it made me think about and it's just like, a crazy small energetic verse from Kendrick, but it's just so cutthroat in a sense. And you could probably be like, oh, it's not that cutthroat, he's just saying whatever, blah, 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 and everything. But I don't know. I feel like it was cutthroat. You could kind of see it as, oh, he's just, throwing jabs at them because everyone is always saying who the big three are in hip hop and everything. And Kendrick is kind of like addressing that. And it's kind of just like, like, oh, everyone talks about who the big three are. They always pop up with J. Cole, Drake, and Kendrick. And with Kendrick saying that, I'm just like, I'm pretty sure Kendrick didn't really mean it as, anything crazy. And it's just like, I don't fucking like these niggas or anything like that. No, he fucks with Drake and J. Cole. Not much now, I'm pretty sure. Not much now, especially Drake. We'll get into that. But I feel like, you know, with the like that, I feel like it wasn't as big as some people really fluffed it up to be, you know what I'm saying? And then it turned into this whole entire feud that was just like, this might have been avoided if people were just like, oh yeah, he kind of just said it, you know, for the sport of it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yeah, that's fair. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with like in one of the episode I made about beef in the industries, about the different type of industries and beef and everything. I'm gonna be honest, it's a fucking publicity stunt. There's nothing wrong with that. We got some great fucking tracks though. Holy shit. This is the most Kendrick has ever dropped in a while. This is fact. Whether it's features or anything like that, this is the most that we've seen Kendrick drop. Because we all know this motherfucker will be gone. From social media, from fucking real life, this motherfucker will be gone for like 5-6 years. Come back, drop a gem, and then just be, and maybe drop like a couple of other things that same year, whether it's features or like singles or anything. That's it. And then we're done. This motherfucker really was just dropping. And we're just like, yo, respect. But of course, you know, the whole feud started from the energetic verse of Like That. All right, that's all I'm gonna say. It started from this, and it made me reminisce about the Control verse and just how impactful the Control verse was on hip hop, and how it's kind of having that same effect now. You know, Like That, I feel like it's having that same effect, not necessarily on the entirety of hip hop. You know, like how Control did, but it's having such a big impact on two of the biggest artists out there in the world, Drake and Kendrick. It's having such a significant and big impact on their lives right now. You know what I'm saying? They're like, when I tell you they're in the public's eye, holy shit, they're in the public's eye. So much dirt that has been, you know, brought upon from these diss tracks. It's just like, is this really true? And is this all fake and everything? And it's like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? They're really being talked about, like crazily being talked about. And I fucking love that, in all honesty. I love that shit. All right. But yeah, everything started from Like That. All right. So now let's get into the next song, which is, of course, Push Ups. All right, so we are now going to get into the talk of Push Ups by none other than Drake. And this is going to be a disclaimer right now. Please do not hate me. I don't like Drake. I know, the gas. The gas. Oh my God, he doesn't like Drake. Blah, 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 and everything like that. What I will say is this. I have not listened to any of his most recent albums because I know they're going to suck. Why would I listen to something that I know is going to be shit? The last thing I listened to Drake, full, like, album-wise, was Scorpion. And after that album, definitely, like, the second half of it, I said, I'm good. I think even beforehand, I was kind of, like, just being, like, very, very much, like, I don't really enjoy Drake's music as much as I did. Very early. Just because I feel like he's kind of a, you know, like a, I'm not gonna say he's a one-note pony type shit, but, you know, I feel like, I don't know, it seems generic. It seems like, you know, it's made, how can I put it? It's kind of made to be big on, you know, like TikTok, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, certain parts of songs that he makes and everything, they're definitely made to be big on TikTok. They're definitely made to just be played, but not necessarily played in a sense that, like, you can really, like, think about it and just, like, enjoy it to the max. It's one of those where it's just like, oh, Drake is dropping, so you know it's just gonna get like 1 million views like that just because it's Drake. Not necessarily it's good versus it's shit. You know what I'm saying? I feel like before I get into push-ups, I have to say this. Between Drake and Kendrick is definitely a quality over quantity type thing for me, which is I enjoy quality. That's why Kendrick Lamar is my number one artist. He is my favorite artist of all time. And for him to just release an album or a single and everything, and it's very much like so far of a distance between albums and everything, like 3, 4, 5 years between them. Sometimes it's just like, it's worth the wait. Sometimes it's like, yeah, it's worth the wait, because we know that he's really making something. Motherfucker could go through 20 different versions of an album and still not enjoy that shit and just be like, I still gotta go harder. Nothing wrong with that. For Drake, it's like the first thing he records, that's it. Clean it up, all right, cool, and just continuously drop. There's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, it's just like the quality is gone. You know what I'm saying? The sense of, for me at least, the replay value just is not there. For a lot of people, it's there. For a lot of people, it's just like, yeah, he's my number one artist, blah, 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 and everything like that. I respect that. But for me, I'm just like, if you really look at it, you're kind of just like, not the best thing out. Not the best. But what I will say is, even though I don't like Drake, and even though I think he's shit or whatever, from just me being not just like a fan of Kendrick or anything, but just being a music artist and just enjoying hip hop, I was just like, yeah, I'm definitely going to listen to all of the diss tracks. Even if I don't enjoy Drake, I'm still going to listen to him. And what I will say is this: I was pleasantly surprised with Push-Ups. It was actually a pretty good fucking diss track. Surface level disses, though. I will say that surface level. They didn't necessarily cut that deep, but the beat was pretty good. The lyrics were good. Drake, he sounded pretty hungry, and I enjoy that. And overall, it was enjoyable. Would I replay it? Yeah, I'll probably replay it, maybe like, here and there a couple of times. But overall, it was good. It was pretty fucking good. What I didn't like about Push-Ups, and it was the beginnings when Drake released it or leaked it, whatever, that it was that Drake leaked Push-Ups. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm gonna be honest, I'm pretty sure we all fucking know Drake was the one who leaked this shit. No one from his fucking camp leaked it. I think we can all agree on this. And I feel like when he leaked it, and it's one of those where it's just like, yeah, it's not part of his discography, it's not part of his main shit or anything. I was kind of mad at that, because I was just like, you're kind of doing this just to kind of gauge everybody's attention. You're trying to gauge what everyone is saying about it before you're just like, yeah, this is officially my very first diss track in this feud, blah, blah, blah. You had someone like Rick Ross come in, make a whole entire song about you from Push-Ups and shit. He made a whole entire fucking song and owned it that fucking same day, literally like 30 minutes to an hour later. He owns that shit. That's in his discography. He officially released it. All right. And I was just like, sure, it's not the best thing. Rick Ross owned that shit. He did not fake leak it. And it was just like, who knows, blah, 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 and everything. No, Rick Ross was just like, this is mine and I made it and it's part of my own fucking discography. I don't give a fuck if it's crap or not. It's mine. That's what I did not like. We had to wait maybe like a week, I want to say. Maybe cut it in half. Let's give it like 3 to 4 days. And then Drake was like, yeah, it's officially out and everything. Fuck you. Because I'm just like, yo, why are you leaking this? Officially make it. Make it official. Make it part of your discography. No one's gonna hate it. You know damn well no one's gonna hate that shit. You're fucking Drake. You know damn well they're not gonna hate that shit. Unless it was complete and utter crap. But I'm just like, it wasn't. It was decent. But what I will say, and getting into the actual disses of Push-Ups, towards Kendrick, I feel like I said, they were kind of surface level. He mostly talked about being small, having small feet, being short. And the one that I felt, even though it was still kind of not that great of a jab, it kind of slightly was a better impact, was he's not necessarily the big three. But then you name who the big three are, and I'm just like, there's no fucking way possible they're the fucking big three. Because he said SZA. One, SZA is not rap. She is R&B. What I will say is this, though. When it comes to R&B, though, SZA's number fucking one in my book. You also have her. And you have Element. We're not going to get into that right now, because that's a whole other episode I can create. I'm not going to get into that, though. But Drake says SZA got you wiped down, Travis got you wiped down, and 21 got you wiped down. Now, like I said, SZA, and we're talking about hip hop. We're not talking about R&B. We're not talking about soul. We're not talking about blues. We're not talking about jazz. We are talking about hip hop. SZA portrays herself as a R&B artist. I don't think I'm wrong there. If I am, shoot me in the comments. Tell me I'm wrong. But I'm pretty sure SZA portrays herself as she is a R&B artist. Yes, she is an artist, but she does R&B. She doesn't necessarily do hip hop. The other two artists, though, however, they are hip hop. 21 Savage and, of course, Travis Scott. Now, the only one I will argue with and say maybe is Travis Scott. I fucking love Travis Scott. All right? I fucking love Astroworld, freaking McKnight, Rodeo, and all that. Utopia, that's a different story. I enjoy Utopia, and I feel like it didn't have that big of replay value for me. That's just me. I did enjoy the album. It just kind of came and went, in my opinion. It came and went. It stayed for maybe, for me, I listened to it 3-4 days in a row and everything. Really tried to digest it and everything. And I was just like, I'm good. New shit dropped and I was like, no, I'm fine with that. But overall, I enjoy Travis. I think he's a great artist. I think he has a lot to offer. He's offered us a lot. Holy shit. Look at Astroworld. God damn. I think I'm still mad he didn't win that Grammy. But, like I said, different episode later on in the years. But 21 Savage, fuck no. I'm sorry. Fuck no. If you enjoy 21 Savage, good on you. Me, fuck no. He sucks. It's just, in my opinion, it's the truth. He sucks. He fucking sucks. Okay? He sucks. This motherfucker, in the beginnings, he was ash. This is truth. The fact he became a XXL freshman, I'm just like, goddamn, why? That whole fucking class was mental, besides Dave East and Denzel Curry. And someone else I don't remember. G Herbert was okay. Not really. Anyway, 21 Savage, though, he got better. Don't get me wrong. He got better. And then he kind of just became stagnant in that he got better aspect. Whereas where he got better at, he kind of just stayed there. He's like, okay, we don't need this. We don't improve. Like, you improved from where you first were, from when you first started. Now you're kind of just staying there. And you're just like, I don't really need to change anything. I'm good. And we're going to ride this out for a good couple of years. Holy shit. And his fucking ad-libs are annoying. It's either 21 or yeah. Holy fuck. I hate hearing the fucking 21. It's so annoying. But what was I talking about? Oh, push-ups. For fuck's sake. Yeah, I feel like, don't worry about the sniffles. I feel like, push-ups was a great kind of start for what we then got later. We got some crazy shit, okay? We got some crazy shit. And overall, let me come back. But overall, push-ups was, it's very, I feel like it definitely has that replay value. Do not get me wrong. When you look, and I feel like it's the same for a lot of Drake stuff. He makes music that is meant to have replay value. That's meant to be like, you don't necessarily get tired of it. I mean, of course, I get tired of it because I'm not a Drake fan. But for a majority of people out there, they're just like, yeah, I can play this for however long I need to play it for, and it never gets tiring. That's fine. That's kind of what Push Up was created for. Yes, it's a diss track, but it's also the type of track where it's just like, yeah, I can dance to this. I can chill. I can really bop my head to this. And then replay it again and just be like, I'm still not tired of it. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But, yeah, for a beginning, starting off the beef and everything, pretty good start. Pretty good start, I gotta say. I have to say, pretty good start. Now, on to Kendrick Lamar's first official diss track in this feud, which is, you all know and love it, it is Euphoria. Like I said, I'm skipping TaylorMade because who in the flying fuck actually listened to it? I'm gonna be honest with you. Who the fuck listened to it / Who the fuck needed it? All right, we're gonna skip that one, and we're just gonna get into just the heavy hitters of this track, of this beef. I can't speak. We're just gonna get into the heavy hitters. We're not gonna care about the light jab ones. We don't care about those. We do not. Again, look. Well, don't look at me in the eye because you can't, because it's audio. But understand my words. We don't care about the little ones. We do not care about the light jabs. We care about the liver punches. We care about the knockouts. We care about the chin hits. All right? And Euphoria was a fucking chin hit. Euphoria was a liver gut punch. All right? Euphoria was damn near a knockout. Not damn near. But it was a really good fucking 1-2 motherfucking uppercut. All right? Euphoria came through out of nowhere, in my opinion. And it was fucking fantastic. Holy shit. And one thing I will say, and I respect both Drake and Kendrick going forward after push-ups. I respect Kendrick when he released this shit and he said it was his own and it's part of his discography. I'm just gonna say he didn't fucking fake leak it or anything and leave it for maybe like 2 or 3 days to gauge people's attention. No, he released that bitch and he said, fuck it, it's here. It's part of my fucking catalog. I'm fine with that. I love that. Anyways, let's get into it. Goddamn, we do not want to hear Drake say nigga no more. We do not want to hear this nigga say nigga no more. And yeah, that shit was just really funny. I think what I like about Kendrick more than Drake is this, and you can definitely see it in Euphoria. It's the thought process of some of the lines, some of the lyrics throughout Euphoria. Now, of course, Drake does kind of do that and everything with his wordplay and everything like that. But I think Kendrick does it so much better, like on a more deeper level. Because like the certain samples that he uses, which people have found out very quickly, holy shit, very quickly, what the sample was in the very beginning of Euphoria, which was it was Richard Pryor from The Wiz saying that, you know, I'm a big fat phony and all that. And it was just like, fuck's sake, Kendrick. Jesus Christ. In the fucking 0 second mark, you're already doing Jesus Christ. But, you know, just the different wordplays and all of the different similes, the metaphors, all that shit within Euphoria is just holy shit, is crazy. And not only that, one thing I need to say this, and this is very important, the cadence, the delivery that Kendrick has. In my opinion, and I feel like a decent amount of people will agree on me with this, Drake, his voice is kind of a one note thing. He kind of has that one type of voice and he doesn't necessarily change it. Like to the point where it's just like, yeah, he sounds hungry. I will say this though, and I'm going to talk about it next though, in Family Matters, Drake really does show that he has a certain type of cadence. He has delivery. He can really change what he sounds like for a decent amount of time. Most of the time, though, he fucking doesn't. Push Up shows that. He didn't really change shit. But I digress. Euphoria was just Kendrick saying he hates Drake, basically. I hate the way that you talk. I hate the way that you walk. I hate all your fucking accents that you fucking do. You annoying piece of shit. I hate that you really think you're fucking black. Basically, that's what it kind of was. And I was just like, God damn, Kendrick does not like you. Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like these were, of course, heavy hitters than Drake just saying, yeah, you know, you're not part of the big three. You're short. You have small feet and shit and everything. And it's just like, ugh, okay. Where Kendrick is just like, you know, you really think you're black, but you're not really black. You know, really bringing in the credibility of Drake's, you know, can I say blackness? Yeah, I can say blackness. Fuck it. But really bringing into the light of Drake's credibility and blackness in the hip hop scene and everything, and just being like, you know, the way that he says nigga, he doesn't like the way that he walks and talks, he's a fucking pretty boy and all that shit. I'm just like, God damn, Kendrick just hates people. And again, the delivery, the cadence, is fucking there. Oh my God, like you would hear the way Kendrick is saying stuff and you're just like, he really is just going at it. Like he doesn't fucking care. He's just like, I hate you. I hate who you are as a person, well, let me not say as a person, but as an artist. He's just like, I fucking hate you. And you can hear that in Kendrick's voice. I was about to say Drake. But you can hear that in Kendrick's voice going through Euphoria, all the different beat changes and everything. You can hear just that unrelenting power. You know what I'm saying? And even like the raspy and scratchiness that Kendrick gets sometimes when he like really is just going at it. You can hear that in his voice. And that really adds to the diss track itself, because it's just like, imagine if Kendrick kind of did what Drake does, and it's kind of just like a one note thing and everything, and it's kind of just like, okay, it won't hit as hard. Sure, it'll be hurtful, but it won't hit as much as if Kendrick said it like this. If Kendrick was just like, I hate the way that you talk, the way that you walk, versus the way he actually said it was, I hate the way that you talk, the way that you walk. It was just like, you hear every fucking syllable. You hear every single letter being pronounced in such a harsh tone. You know what I'm saying? The cadence is so important in these diss tracks. And Kendrick understood that. With the beat and everything, he understood what he needed to do. And I feel like so far, between Euphoria versus Push-Ups, Euphoria wins. It wins. It's kind of a landslide, in my opinion. It was deadly, in my opinion. I feel like it cuts, a little bit deeper. The cadence and everything, it hits. So, Euphoria definitely was there. Euphoria definitely was like the top one. Not only that, but also the writing. The writing was just better. The wordplay, the similes, the metaphors, all that shit, double entendres and everything. It just hits better. The sampling and everything, it's just better. Okay? It's just better. That's coming from me, who, one, is a Kendrick Lamar fanboy, fuck off, but also just from listening to all of the diss tracks and everything. But yeah, I think Euphoria definitely was the main winner for like that first round. You know what I'm saying? I think it definitely was. But on to the next diss track, which is Family Matters. Okay, on to the next song in this feud, whatever. Round 2, starting off with Drake, Family Matters. Again, I am not going to talk about 616 in LA by Kendrick, because like I said at the beginning, and I'll say it again, we don't care about the small ones. We care about the heavy hitters. And let me tell you something. Family Matters. Family Matters hits. I feel like it hits a little bit harder than Push-Ups. I think Family Matters was kind of a big one. And again, I'm not a big Drake fan, but goddamn, this was a good fucking listen to. I'm not even gonna joke with you. This was a pretty good fucking listen to. I would definitely replay this a couple of times. I think it was that good. I think it was. I honestly think it was. But one thing I would love to say about it is the beginning, how Drake starts it. I fucking loved it. All right, he literally starts with, "Nigga, I know that you mad." I was like, oh, that's not the line, but he starts it by saying the word nigga. Because before in Euphoria, Kendrick didn't like how Drake said nigga. Now, just to like think about it, and it was just like, oh, was that like a good little comeback and everything? In my opinion, I think it was. Because Drake could have started this track with any other word. But he said, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to start with nigga. That will be the very first word that comes out my mouth on this track. It was good. It was fucking good. I'm not even going to joke with you. It was good. But yeah, overall, this fucking track was good, man. I feel like some of the jabs and everything that he throws at Kendrick hits a little bit harder and everything, but it's definitely that last verse that I feel a lot of people talk about, which is, Drake talking about, Kendrick beats his wife and everything like that. That definitely is going to hit harder. And, talking about his family and all that shit, that's where it hits harder, in my opinion. For diss tracks and everything, I think that's where a lot of stuff hits harder, when you talk about family members. Because now it's just like, you could have just left this between us, but now you're bringing in, anyone from my family, mother, father, sister, brother, cousins, aunts, uncles. You know what I'm saying? You're bringing my family, my own fucking blood into this shit. That's when shit starts to get crazy. That's when shit starts to, we got to scrap. And Drake knew what he was doing. Again, I enjoyed this one. One, he owns this one. He did not leak it or anything. He just said, fuck it, I own it. I enjoyed that immensely more than Push-Ups. But overall, I think Family Matters was a great one again. I think Drake really showed that he can rap the way that he used to rap. Like with nothing was the same. This track really showed it. It really showed, when Drake is really like, when push comes to shove, he has to do shit. He really does go off. Don't get me wrong, he goes off. He just hasn't done it so fucking long that it's just like, god damn. But he can. You gotta give him a reason to really get back into that era. To really get back into that, I'm a starving artist and everything. I really gotta prove myself. Versus, I've proven myself. I'm kind of just doing side quests now. It was just like, you got to make this nigga really feel like I got to do a whole entire new game. Not even a new game plus, just a new game, brand new game, fresh out the pack. I just got to go hard. I got to learn the combos, the techniques, and everything, and I'm just going to come through and kill it. And Family Matters really does that. And again, I think it's like 8 goddamn minutes. But, I think Drake, he really runs each beat and, the beat changes. He runs it very well. I don't know why he did a melody type rap on the last one, but I mean, it fit. It worked, in my opinion. I think it did work. I think it was very, very much good for who Drake is. Because we know Drake for being a rapper, but we also do know that he is also a singer. You know what I'm saying? Is he the best singer? Fuck no. But he is also a singer. And it was kind of cool seeing both of those sides of him. Doing that, because it really showed, in my opinion, a good versatility for Drake. You know what I'm saying? It showed good versatility. It really showed, Drake is like, I'm not a one-note pony that a lot of people see me as. I can do a lot of different shit. And he really does. He really flexes that on, Family Matters. And like I said, just going after Kendrick, his wife, beating his wife and everything like that. I believe he's went after a couple of other people. Because I think around the time this drops, might have been a little bit earlier, we also get the deluxe for We Still Don't Trust You. We get a couple of brand new stuff, a couple of brand new jabs at Drake from other artists and everything. But I mean, overall, Drake, he takes it in strides. And he really is just like, I'm just going to double down and just really tell you motherfuckers that I shouldn't be fucked with. And guess what? To be fair, he shouldn't have been fucked with. This was good. So, for round 2, I think I'm definitely going to give it to... See, it's difficult. No, actually, I can't even talk about it yet. Because secondly, this is the beginning of round 2. Because you had Euphoria, that was like the beginning of the round 1 and everything. But I mean, for round 2, Drake usually starts the rounds. He usually strong beginning with Family Matters. God damn, this was a good one. Way better than Push-Ups, in my opinion. I feel like the beat also kind of reflects on this itself as well, because the beat, even though it changes 3 times, I believe, it's still another one of those where it's just like it sounds more nitty gritty and more dirty in a sense and everything. It's not necessarily like, oh yeah, you can dance to it type shit. Nah, Drake is just like, I'm just gonna be in an element. I'm just gonna be in a mode. So, don't fuck with me. And I enjoyed that. I thoroughly enjoyed that with Family Matters, And, a strong start to, a round 2 for this. Very, very, very strong start. I enjoyed it. Very good. All right. Okay, and continuing round 2 of this feud, Kendrick drops none other than Meet the Grams. I think it's literally like a day later or a couple hours later. I don't remember the fucking timeline. Get off my ass, okay? All I know is this. Meet the Grams. Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. People said this is a tough one to listen to, like replay. No fucking wonder. All right, you can listen to this once and be like, I'm good. Dead serious. I'm good. Let me tell you this. Alchemist. You cooked on this bitch. You cooked on it. I'm not gonna lie. You cooked on that beat. Goddamn. Oh. When Kendrick said you shouldn't have said anything about my family name, he fucking meant it. God damn. Let me talk about Meet the Gram. Let me stop fucking salivating for a second. Kendrick really came through and addressed every single fucking family member in Meet the Grams. He addressed Adonis. That was strong as fuck. He addressed the parents. He addressed Drake. And the number one, the craziest one, I think a lot of people were just like, oh, holy shit, was he addressed an unknown daughter to us. Now, I'm going to get into a little bit later with the Heart Pt.6, but an unknown daughter. Holy shit, we're going to get story of Adidon again. It's just now it's a daughter instead of a son. That was crazy. That was fucking crazy, man. But the way Kendrick breaks down each verse, where it's just, a dear type of verse. Whereas, he said like, dear Adonis, I know your father is shit. Oh my God. He had dear Adonis, dear Dennis. I forgot what Drake's mother's name is. Dear Aubrey, dear unnamed daughter. Oh, it was so good. And I have to say it again because this is very important for this track. The cadence. Oh, so strong. So fucking strong in this one. Kendrick kind of does like he's actually writing the letter in a sense, where it's just like, it's kind of just a simple kind of tone for Kendrick. But then there are some parts where, Kendrick really is going off because the way he's saying it and everything. He was like, I really hate this nigga and all that shit. That's the type of cadence that he gives throughout the fucking diss track. Talking about Drake, he's pill popping, alcoholic, always on drugs, living that crazy lifestyle and everything like that, not taking care of his kids. And then, some of the bigger bombs about, he has pedophiles in his camp, which I'm pretty sure that's true because I kind of looked it up. And I think one of them, we'll talk about that later in Not Like Us, because that's where the bigger of it, most of it comes through. But like I said, Meet the Grams, it was crazy because Kendrick really brings to light, of course, the biggest one being an unknown daughter, which I'm going to be honest with you, I wouldn't be surprised if that's true. Because Drake is very, very popular. He's very popular. All right. I think he said it in Family Matters. You're right. It's fuck the big three. It's Big D, and there's video proof. I didn't see the video. There's no way in goddamn hell I'm watching that. But my nigga, Drake is one of the most, if not the biggest and most famous fucking artists out there. He probably is slanging his shit left to right. Don't get me wrong. He probably is. So for Kendrick to say, oh yeah, you have an unknown daughter or anything like that, I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure he has more children out there. I'm pretty sure he fucking does. It's just to hear, oh yeah, you're hiding another child and everything. I'm pretty sure he's hiding a good couple of mothers. Because I'm just thinking about Story of Adidon when that dropped. When Drake announced Adonis, if you all remember, when, everything happened with Pusha T and all that stuff. After the Story of Adidon, Drake shows Adonis. I want to say give it like a month later. I'll give it like, some leg room type shit. But if you remember, Adonis wasn't a newborn. He wasn't a baby. He wasn't a toddler or anything like that. The kid was like 2 years old. 2, 3, maybe. He wasn't he wasn't a newborn. That's the thing. And it was just like, yeah, we didn't know anything about this kid. He's like 2 years old. What the fuck you talking about? You know what I'm saying? For people being like, oh, Pusha T just said some shit. Drake literally was hiding a child for like 2-3 years. It wasn't a newborn or anything like that. He did have it with a fucking porn star and all that shit. And it's like, god damn, that hit so deep. And with this now, with Meet the Grams, if Drake is really hiding another fucking child, this time a daughter, holy shit. But I mean, that's like the biggest bombshell I feel Kendrick put in Meet the Grams. The rest of it is great, though. Don't get me wrong. The story, I was about the story of Adonis. But, the Dear Letter to Adonis was really good. Talking about, I know that your father is, he's not stable. He's always out. He's always partying. He's not the best father. He's not always in your life. You had the Dear Letters to his parents saying that, I wish you wore a condom, Dennis, because why the fuck did you make this boy and everything? Oh, it hit so hard. But then another really impactful part of it was the very last one, which is Dear Drake verse. I keep saying letter instead of verse, but I like that. I don't know why. But it was the Dear Aubrey letter. He didn't even say Drake. He said Aubrey because that's his fucking name. But, that one, oof. With Drake, when Kendrick said, we were, I was doing this, being good at sports and everything. But then you had to talk about my family name, my family members and everything. Now it's fucking personal. And I'm just like, this could have just been good exercise for both artists and everything. And then Kendrick is just like, Drake, you fucked it up. To the point where it's just like, god damn. But it brings the impact where it's such a hard listen. It's a hard one to listen to a lot of the time. Because you have stuff like Euphoria, Push-Ups, Family Matters, even the small ones like 616 in LA and Taylor Made and stuff and like that. You have those and you're just like, yeah, I can listen to those a lot just because they have kind of a bouncy beat to it and everything. And, they're kind of rapping, but at the same time, like, yeah, I can bop my head to this. Meet the Grams, you can't bop your head to this. You just have to listen to it and just be like, god damn. I'm disgusted in myself for listening to this shit. That's why if you look at like certain charts and everything, not Meet the Grams is not number one. And people were literally just like, oh yeah, I think I asked a couple of my friends and a couple of other people. I was just like, I know you've seen the feud, you listen to the tracks and everything. Why isn't Meet the Grams number one? Because I feel like this is the most diabolical one in my opinion. This is the deadliest one in my opinion. But people were just like, yeah, I don't think it's number one on charts, like Apple Music charts and shit like that. It's just a hard listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine these lyrics, but it's on like a bouncier beat. It might be easier. You might be able to listen to it a little bit more, but it will still be difficult to actually listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like, just on and off again, on it, like replay value wise. It's still going to be such a difficult thing to listen to because it's just like, god damn. You know what I'm saying? Holy shit. But I mean, like I said, overall, family, god damn it. Meet the Grams, it was just surgical, in my opinion. Surgical. And I feel they were harder. Like I said, a lot more surgical. They cut a little bit deeper than that of Family Matters and that of Push-Ups, which is why round two, a lot of people gotta agree. Meet the Grams, in my opinion. And I mean, that's what 2-0 right now. Kendrick is up, in my opinion. I feel like it's 2-0. Or you know what? Let me go back, and I'll kind of make it even. Whereas you have the first round, which was Push-Ups and Euphoria. I'll say that was a draw because they were both decently good. But this one, there's no fucking way Meet the Grams is losing to Family Matters. There's no fucking way. I'm sorry. There's just no fucking way. Family Matters was a great lyrical exercise for Drake, but it's nothing compared to Kendrick shit. It's nothing compared to Meet the Grams, in my opinion. Just talking about Drake in so many different forms of light. Just talking about Drake and like bring up, he's a pedophile. He has pedophiles on payroll. He's hiding a child. He's a piece of shit father. He's on drugs and all this shit. It hits so deep. Goddamn. All right. But now let's get into the last round with the next song being, I think, the best song for so many reasons. Up next, this time for round 3, basically, we are talking about Kendrick, Not Like Us. Goddamn. Oh my God. I think everyone can agree with me when I say Not Like Us is the best diss track in this whole feud. Sure, we got Meet the Grams, we got Euphoria, we got Family Matters, we got Push-Ups, but Not Like Us was disgustingly great. There's a reason it's like number 1 right now. But Jesus fucking Christ. You got people out here finding out Drake himself is a pedophile. He like him young and, trying to strike a chord. And it's probably a minor. I didn't say it right. Fuck off. How, he like him young and everything. He into teenagers. And his whole camp, OVO, is on they pedophiles and they still on that payroll. And then you want to put it to a motherfucking mustard beat and have everyone out here crip walking and screaming OV ho? That's disgusting. Now this is a good diss track for so many reasons. One is deadly. You're literally calling Drake a pedophile. And there is evidence to kind of show that, which is kind of bad. Very, very bad. For so many fucking reasons. 2, you're saying his whole camp is full of nothing but pedophiles. People like Baca, which I'm pretty sure he actually is, and Drake kind of did still defend him. I'm not gonna get into that. I think Party Next Door. I could be wrong. I don't know the camp. I don't care. But you have all of them and saying that look, they're pedophiles, they're fucked up people and everything. His chest is fake and all that shit, which is so fucking funny for some reason. Because it is true, he did do I'm pretty sure his abs and everything are kind of like artificially made, because a lot of people were showing, they found a picture of him with, I forgot the name of the fucking drug, but my mother, who was a nurse, she talked about what that drug is. She was just like, yeah, one, she said, this bitch is expensive. It's like $200 something a shot. And I was like, God damn, why? And she was talking about people, famous people who have taken this and what it does. And it was just like, it does, you do lose weight and everything. And, you start to look better. And I think she said one time it was, I want to say Oprah Winfrey. I could be wrong. Apologies if it isn't. But she said one time there was like this big gathering, like this big party. And you see Oprah Winfrey, she's not eating anything. She's just drinking water. Because she was like, the moment you eat something and everything, that shit's just going to go right through you. And like, you can't necessarily hold it. It's like diarrhea. You know what I'm saying? You just got to go. You know what I'm saying? And I think it was Oprah, just because I think she was the Weight Watchers and everything. And it was just like, that's why Weight Watchers kind of took her off. That's why they don't necessarily have her in commercials anymore and stuff. And it's like, God damn, that's crazy. But, having this said about Drake, it's like, yeah, I don't see how that, it's true. There's nothing wrong with that. Drake is famous as fuck. He makes millions. I'm pretty sure like $200 for a shot to make you look slimmer, look better. I'm pretty sure Drake is like, that's fucking chump change. Cool. That's still fucked. But the biggest thing, and I will say this, if you don't know the cover of Not Like Us, it is literally the cover, the single cover. It is literally Drake's house. Kendrick made it, and it's Drake's house. His actual, like, his mansion and everything. And on top of it, it's the if you know the pedophile registration thing, and it shows that, oh, this person's a pedophile, like this house is a pedophile and everything. It's just 20 of them. And I'm just like, oh my God, really doubling it down. Whoo, goddamn. And one thing I want to talk about real quick before I get back into Not Like Us are the covers. The covers are also very fucking important in diss tracks, because sometimes the cover themselves will be a whole entire brand new diss. I'll get into that a little bit later in a different segment. But let's get back into freaking Not Like Us, aka, this is not even a joke, the motherfucking anthem of the year. We can all agree on this. In my opinion, I think we can all, honest to God, agree and say Not Like Us will be the anthem of the year. You gonna have people out here screaming OV ho, all right? Bop, 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 bop. Nah, fuck them up. Bop, 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 bop. I'ma do my stuff. What the fuck? What the fuck? Oh my God. Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably a minor. And Drake, I heard you like I'm young. Oh my God. It's such a great fucking listen to. That's such a fucked up thing to say, in my opinion. But it's such a great listen to, in my opinion. Holy shit. And, you know, like I said, to make it a bouncy ass beat like that, and you have people, and I don't know why, I think because like it's more like West Coast type shit. You got so many people out here just crip walking to that shit. You literally got everyone out here crip walking. They're not even dancing, they crip walking. Damn. You know what I'm saying? Step this way, step that way. I'm like, oh my God. Kendrick really just said, you know what? I'm going to talk about how you're a pedophile, and I'm also just going to make a bop of a song, because why the fuck not? Jesus Christ. I don't know how Drake could come back to this. Well, I do know how, but it's shit. But all I have to say is this. Not Like Us. It is the best song in this feud, and it's the best diss track. I'm not going to say of all time, but it's the best fucking track of this year. And nothing is topping this. Like I said, nothing is topping OV Ho. Nothing is topping A Minor. Nothing is topping it. I'm sorry. You can, any artist out there, they can release their fucking god tier shit right now. It is not topping Not Like Us. And let me just say the impact of this song. I haven't really talked about, well, I mean, I have talked about it a little bit, but the impact. You have so many fucking people tweeting OV Ho, it's over for Drake, this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, and the crazy thing I'm thinking about it is this. You had Meet the Grams, and then maybe a couple hours later, you get Not Like Us. Holy shit. What a 180 of sound choice, because you have Meet the Grams, which is very dark, it's very gritty and everything, but then you have something like Not Like Us, where it's just like, yeah, this is more like sunshine, bubbly and everything, still talking about fucked up shit, but it's just, you know, more bubbly and everything. And it's like, holy shit, what a difference. What night and day type shit is this? God damn. All right. And again, this is the start of round 3, which this is the final round. But Jesus Christ, and the way I was thinking is maybe Drake has, you know, some crazier dirt on Kendrick or something. And I was just like, yeah, who knows? Drake might impress. Drake might say, I'm about to end it right here and now. And let's get into that real quick. That's gonna be a short segment, but let's get into this. But before, one more thing. Everyone and their mama is going to be screaming OV Ho for a good while long. For a long time, they're going to be screaming OV Ho and crip walking to this song. This is facts. Now, to get into the final song for this feud, and a lot of people agree on me with this. This is the song that kind of Drake really shot himself in the foot with this one. for multiple reasons. But let's get into it. And the final song, known as the Heart Pt.6. And that the 6, I don't know why, that maybe just when we're not like us, where, you know, Kendrick was like he's a 69 god type shit, and then he was just like certified lover boy, certified pedophile. But besides that, let's not right now. The Heart Pt.6. Now here's one thing. I understand calling it that's already a diss. The reason being is because we all know Kendrick Lamar, he makes the Heart series. He makes the installments. I'll say it like that instead of series, because that makes no sense. And, you know, he has like Heart Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4, Part 5, which is very critically acclaimed. And I already didn't like that, just because think of if another artist were to do something like that, and it's kind of just like, why? Like, you know, this such and such artist makes these type of installments, but you're gonna call your installment part whatever, like the next part up, and it's just like, why? You know, that's kind of like their thing to do. You know, that's like, for example, because we all know the Migos, RIP Takeoff, but we all know the Migos, they make the Culture, right? They had the Culture 1, Culture 2, Culture 3, and everything, which is just like, yeah, that, you know, that's kind of the thing that they do. We know Migos for Culture and the albums. But then you have someone like, and I'm just throwing something random up, you have someone like Justin Bieber. He would make Culture Part 4, Culture 4 or something like that. And it's like, why? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you do that? You know, Migos, it's not like, oh, they own the name or the trademark or anything like that. But we all know Culture in the hip hop scene and anything like that. We know, oh yeah, it's the Migos that makes it. You know what I'm saying? So for Drake to call it the Heart Pt.6, it's kind of just like a, you know, I understand that's a diss in itself, but it's kind of just like, whatever. But let's get into what the diss actually was, and it was shit. Okay? It was shit. It was shit. This kind of solidifies my reasonings for not liking Drake. It was shit. You cannot tell me otherwise. Okay? Now, let's get into some of it. I don't remember most of it, but I do remember some parts. One of the most important parts is damn near the beginning, which is he talks about, oh yeah, Kendrick, the information that you'll get from these people, they're clowns. Like, the people that you're getting the information from, they're clowns, they're stupid, whatever. And I'm just like, oh, okay. I was just like, you know, he's saying that, you know, it's stupid, blah, 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 and everything. He's gonna just throw it under the rug. You probably shouldn't, because he's calling you a pedophile and that you're hiding a child and all that shit. But whatever. But then maybe give a couple of bars later, this motherfucker says, oh yeah, it was my crew that was feeding you false information. You just contradicted yourself in such a big way. Why the fuck would you do that? At first you say the information Kendrick is getting they're coming from clowns. And then just to find out it's your people that are the fucking clowns, giving him false information. What are you talking about? Oh yeah, an 11-year-old daughter, he'll eat that up. That makes no sense. Why? What? And here's the thing, I'm gonna be honest, such a random thing to actually falsify information about. A child, an 11-year-old child? An 11-year-old child? That's such a weird thing to actually falsify. Oh yeah, you know, we're feeding you false information. Why? Were you feeding them information about the pedophilia shit too? I'm pretty sure you fucking weren't, you weirdo. Like, and then of course the other thing about, you know, I think it was about Millie Bobby Brown, because I think that was a thing back in the day where he was kind of texting her and all that shit, and she was underage and shit like that. And then the other thing where, you know, Kendrick talks about, and I have to talk about the video that resurfaces. Drake is on stage with a female. I believe she was 17 at the time. I don't want to get the number wrong. I believe she was 17 at the time. And she releases a statement maybe like a week or two later saying that it was nothing then and is nothing now, blah, blah, blah. And it was just like, yeah, he was just kissing on me. I was like, yeah, you realize you probably shouldn't have let him do that for multiple reasons. The number one reason being, I don't remember how old Drake was when that happened, but I'm just like, I'm pretty sure it was old enough that he shouldn't be kissing up on a fucking 17-year-old saying that, oh yeah, it meant nothing. That doesn't mean jack shit, sweetheart. That doesn't mean jack shit. You can throw it under the rug and just be like, oh, I'm just a big fan of Drake and everything like that. Who fucking cares? An artist should understand boundaries and should understand you probably shouldn't do that disgusting shit. No matter if you say it's fine or not. Nobody should be doing that to you. No matter what. If you know you're underage or anything like that, do not let no matter how famous they are or anything, do not let that shit happen to you. And I'm saying this for anyone out there. If you're under their age or anything and even if they're like a famous artist and you want to hug them, kiss her or anything like that, do not do that shit. All right? You as a person can say, yeah, it didn't really affect me or anything like that. That's still just wrong. That's just wrong. Don't let that happen to you. All right? That's just wrong. Okay? We will understand if it's just like, oh yeah, it was nothing and everything. But we as people will understand that's just not right though. It's morally wrong. Anyways, the fuck were we talking about? That pissed me off a little bit. The Heart Pt.6. This also pisses me off. Yeah, it was just trash. Another part I didn't enjoy, and it was also a big contradiction, is he tells Kendrick, he was like, oh yeah, your best shit is only good when Baby Keem is one of the writers. And I was just like, you also just shot, god damn it. You also shot your foot because don't you have a shit ton of ghostwriters, Drake? We know this. It's fine to, and I said this in an earlier episode, but it's fine to have ghostwriters. Right? Drake is known for having these motherfuckers. Hell, I actually think, I'm pretty sure he had ghostwriters on Family Matters. I'm pretty sure he fucking did. I'm pretty sure he had them on Push-Ups, which is why it sounded so good. I'm gonna be honest. It's still a bop, but I'm pretty sure that's why it sounded so good. But this one, if you go on something like Genius and stuff like that, you see where the writer credits are. It's just Drake. You can tell that it's just Drake because it's shit. The pen game was not there, my boy. It was not fucking there. You shot yourself in the foot so many times, bar after fucking bar, verse after fucking verse. You just kept shooting yourself in the foot to the point where you should have just fucking asked Tory Lanez to shoot you in the foot. Because goddamn, I never knew you could shoot yourself in the foot so much. I never knew you could shoot yourself in the foot to the point where you had to get a second clip and then unload it again. Jesus fucking Christ. And then at the end, when he was like, this was, good pen game work. This is, good workout. I'm pretty sure you got like 10 verses and 10 songs ready and everything. I'm like, Drake, shut the fuck up. End the song. End the godforsaken song. Why the fuck did you make it? Oh my God, it was trash. Holy shit. It was a wash. We all know it was a wash. Round 3 was not like us. Landslide. One-sided rush. It was a wash. Okay, it was just a wash. The Heart Pt.6 was trash. Okay, revoke that. This is one of the only times I will honest to God say you should actually take this off your actual fucking catalog. Don't let this be part of your fucking discography. I've listened to some shit tracks, but this is the type of track where I'm just like, you should actually delete this. You should actually not be associated with this song anymore because it is that bad. Especially in this type of feud that's been going on and all the shit that Kendrick's been saying about you. This is horrible. Delete this. Don't let this be part of your discography. And I understand, once it's on the internet, it's there forever. Do whatever your PR team is crazy. Use them. Let that PR team know, I don't want this on the internet anymore. Scrub it clean. Oh my God. Make it so that nobody remembers the Heart Pt.6. This was just trash. This was a trash diss track. This was the worst diss track in the feud. I'm not gonna say of all time because I'm pretty sure there's worse ones out there, but this was by far the worst one in this feud. Known, hands fucking down, known to man, this was the worst one in the feud. Holy shit. Again, round one, draw. Round 2, meet the Grams. Round 3, unanimous. Unanimously is not like us. There's no way Drake is coming back from that. No way. Okay, so in this segment, there's going to be a short one. It's not the conclusion yet, but it's kind of just like, just my take from everything and, the rounds and how I feel each artist did. Again, round 1, draw. I enjoy push-ups and I enjoy Euphoria. I feel like Euphoria, I think, was slightly better, but I think for replay value, you definitely have push-ups. So, they definitely have their pros and their cons. So I think round 1, that definitely was the draw. Mind you, going forward, that is the only fucking draw. There are clear winners in the others. Round 2, it is Family Matters and Meet the Grams. Meet the Grams wins. That's not even a joke. It's not. Family Matters, though, best shit from Drake that I've heard in a fucking while. But you know what I'm saying? It was good. Don't get me wrong. But Meet the Grams was just more surgical. It was more disgustingly great. To the point people said this should be number 1. It's just a hard listen to. If you have people saying that, problems for you, Drake. You got problems. But then the final round, and it's literally a landslide. It's literally a unanimous fucking vote. Not like us, where you have people crip walking and screaming OV ho and calling Drake a certified pedophile, versus the Heart Pt.6, aka I shot myself in the foot so you don't have to, by Drake. Not Like Us wins. That's not even a fucking debate. People are still out here screaming OV ho till this day. It makes no damn sense. And in this segment, I'm going to talk about like I just talked about the rounds, who won, but I also want to talk about the covers, because I feel like I said in one of the Not Like Us segment, covers are very important as well, because a cover itself can be a whole entire diss in and of its own. Look at the story of Adidon, where is Drake in blackface, even though he himself is black. So there's that. But you have Push-Ups, which is just the cover of a 7-foot shoe thing, label. Stupid. Anyways. Next is Euphoria. It just shows the definition of euphoria. Intriguing. I like it. Next was, I believe, Family Matters and Meet the Grams. They both kind of were like the same, where it's just the words. I'm fine with that. It looked cool. Next. Not Like Us was the best one, because it's literally Drake's mansion and a bunch of the pedophile ticks, marks, saying that a bunch of pedophiles are here. Best one. Next, the Heart Pt.6. It's, I should have talked about this, and so I'll talk about it now because I don't want to redo that shit. But in the Heart Pt.6, so the cover of it is, I believe, Dave Free. I might be saying the name wrong, but I know it's Dave. And he puts like a, how people make a heart with their fingers and everything, is that type of emoji. And is under, I think, Kendrick's wife's, one of her pictures with her kids. And Drake makes the assumption, your wife is following Dave, but you're not, she's not following Kendrick and everything like that. I'm like, okay. There's probably reasons for that. Who fucking knows? Who really cares? One thing I can kind of say about that is, I'm pretty sure there are times where Kendrick kind of just scrubs his social media clean. No joke. Like, there are and artists do that all the time, where it feels like it's getting like too cluttered and everything. Artists will just scrub their shit clean. So for Drake to say, "Oh yeah, your wife doesn't follow you," I'm just like, I'm pretty sure he just scrubbed it clean, and everyone just doesn't know it. Who knows? Some shit like that happens. But another thing he talks about is Mother I'm Sober from Mr. Morale. I don't remember the song. Shut up. I know. I'm a big Kendrick fan. I don't remember a fucking song name. But he talks about Kendrick being molested, even though in the song he literally says, no matter what I say, they are never going to believe the fact that I said I wasn't molested. And Drake took it the wrong. Drake interpreted it. I can't say the word. He said it the wrong fucking way, basically. He didn't interpret it right. I said it. He didn't interpret the lyric correctly. And so that was another shot in the fucking foot. But yeah, the cover for the Heart Pt.6 was trash. I think if I had to say what the worst one was, just because like for the feud and everything, it's definitely Family Matters and oh no, never mind. Meet the Grams wasn't just hilarious. No, Family Matters was just the one and it's just worse and it looks like Family Matters the show. But for Meet the Grams, it's a picture of stuff from Drake's suitcase or his father. One of them. I think we've also have gotten video surfaces of his father being weird. So with women. So it must run in the family. Because we all know family matters. What a way for that shit to actually grow old so quick. But anyways, yeah. Round 1 is a draw. Round 2 is Meet the Grams. And round 3, unanimously, landslide, is Not Like Us. The Heart Pt.6 was thoroughly trash. Family Matters was the best shit from Drake because he had ghostwriters on it. And Push Ups was also really good because I'm pretty sure that song also had fucking ghostwriters on it. You cannot say your shit unless you have this ghostwriter on here without looking at your fucking self. Okay? Kendrick said that you're a pedophile and you said, I never touched Millie Bobby Brown. Motherfucker did not even talk about Millie Bobby Brown in any of Not Like Us. He just said you're a pedophile. What do you mean? Video surfaces, a couple of video surfaces. There's a shit ton of video surfacing right now, actually. I think right now there's like 3 videos that have surfaced that really has just credited Kendrick more. The first one being with the 17-year-old. I do not care. If you are underage, no matter what, do not let women do not let older people touch you like that and kiss up on you like that. It's just wrong. And you know that it's wrong. Don't let it happen to you. That's just me. But there's that video. There's a video with his father doing weird shit. And then there's another video of the cover for Meet the Grams and like where that comes from and stuff. And it shows like, you know, pictures, videos and shit. But overall, some crazy shit, man. There's some crazy shit. Kendrick won. Drake literally, I think he officially put he's done, which is pretty fucking funny. And yeah, Kendrick number one in this feud. Let's go. Okay, so all in all, in conclusion, everything that I have to say, Kendrick won. Drake lost. Drake is a pedophile, probably hiding a fucking 11-year-old, and other crazy shit that has been happening. Also, BBL Drizzy for second anthem of the year. Number 1 anthem will be Not Like Us, and this is just facts. But anyways, in conclusion, this has been some crazy shit. Will I say this is like the most impactful and crazy feud in hip hop history? No. You had Tupac versus Notorious B.I.G. You literally had East Coast versus West Coast. That's crazy. This one is just between 2 of the biggest artists out there. Very important. Don't get me wrong. But the impact and everything is, I feel like it wasn't as big as Tupac versus Biggie or anything like that. Number 1 thing is they fucking died. Kendrick and Drake? Sure. Drake is fucked. Not career-wise. No, not career-wise. He's still fine, I think. He can still drop something and get millions. But he's being called a pedophile. He's being called that his whole camp is nothing but pedophiles. And he is most likely hiding another child. Kendrick, he beats his wife. He's short. He's not necessarily part of the big three. And that's kind of what the disses were if you put it into perspective. Into perspective, that kind of is what all of the disses were that they said to each other. And I think there's a clear winner between those. But overall, like I said, this feud has been crazy. J. Cole was the smartest man in the entirety of this feud for opting out very early. J. Cole is a smart man. We love you, J. Cole. You shouldn't have made 7-Minute Drill, but we will listen to the Fall Off album. Don't worry. We love you. And Kanye West shouldn't have dropped because there's no reason for that. BBL Drizzy is one of the first beat diss tracks, so that's fucking awesome. Rick Ross came in record time. Holy shit. Future, Weeknd, A$AP Rocky, anyone else. Good shit. But, just like how Simba said in his Control freestyle, and yes, I understand. I just talked about Kanye. Who the fuck is Simba? At least it was good. I will say this. But like Simba said, and I'm going to, end it with this. Kendrick said, he loves y'all. There's just, rivalry. But this is hip hop, and you niggas should know what time it is. I have been Misunderstood Demon. This has been another episode of the Demonic Wave Podcast. And of course, I will see you in the next one. Peace.